So, hello, and welcome to Truth You Can Wake Up To. I'm Samuel William, on the 8th of May, 2012. So, hello to everybody, and hello to all of my new subscribers, by the way. I just reached 700. Now, the next couple of days going to be quite exciting. I've managed to secure 2 days off work, which is excellent. And so I'm going to be out with my video camera for the next 2 days. The last 2 days of exercise Olympic Guardian. Now, it's turning out to be quite strange because there's a lot of activity happening in central London for the last 2 days of this exercise. Tomorrow, on Wednesday the 9th, we have the state opening of Parliament. As we speak, the roads around Parliament Square are closed off. In fact, they've been closed off for about 3 days, presumably because the Queen is going to turn up in her carriage and all of her army surrounding her. So we are actually going to have the army, of course, on the streets. The royal army, the royal guards, are going to be there surrounding the Queen. Of course, Prince Philip's going to turn up as well. I mean, he just goes for the wine, I think, the sherry. And, of course, Parliament's right on the river. I'm going to start the day tomorrow going straight to Greenwich. First thing in the morning, I'm going to get up bright and early, going to go straight to Greenwich and go and have a look at HMS Ocean, which is parked next to the river there out in Greenwich, and then make my way down the river back towards central London. The Queen is going to leave Buckingham Palace at 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to head down there, have a quick look, maybe film some of the slaves cheering their slave master, and of course there's a sign down there. Actually, I want to take a picture of. There is a sign outside Buckingham Palace that says, "Beware, thieves operate in this area." So I'm going to have a look for that. Of course, odd that all this stuff with all the Queen and all the members of Parliament, David Cameron, yay! I mean, David Cameron, yay! I mean, all these people around, and a military exercise going on the River Thames. So we'll have a look at that. Then, on the next day, I'm going to be able to do Thursday as well. Thursday is going to be weeing down with rain. It's going to be lots of rain. I'm going to take my umbrella. Again, I will start the day in Greenwich, I think. Maybe going up and down the river on the boats. Strangely enough, I found this on the internet earlier on. On Thursday, the 10th, there is a march through central London. Who's going to be marching? Who's going to be protesting? Guess what? The police. That is correct. Something called the Police Federation. It's lots and lots and lots of policemen and police ladies marching to Parliament, or past Parliament, to protest about the cuts and all that kind of stuff. It's a police protest, which will be policed. Huge as well. 20,000 people are expected to go. 20,000 police officers are going to be there off duty, shouting at Parliament, and obviously being policed by their buddies. It's really going to be quite strange and bizarre. I'm going to capture some of that. Who knows? If I get there on time, they're forming up at 10:30 in the morning. I'm going to get up very, very early. Get out there. Maybe talk to a few of the policemen. What are you doing here? Where's your uniform? Can you arrest me without a uniform? All that kind of stuff. So that's going to be interesting. Of course, that's the last day of the military exercise. So you're going to have vast quantities of people marching through central London and hanging around in central London the next 2 days while the culmination of this military exercise is going on. Coincidence? Coincidence? Who knows? But anyway, stay tuned. I'm going to turn it into sort of like a video diary. I have been keeping my eye out just in the last few days. I haven't really had the ability to go out there with freedom, so I've just sort of caught the odd boat or two. Have a look at these. There's sort of seems to be 2 different types of military boat out there. There's these sort of gun boats that we've seen in quite a few pictures before. There's a gun on the front. There's guys wearing balaclavas on the back. Those have been parading generally up and down the Thames in twos, in pairs. Also, up near Tower Bridge, there are sort of troop carriers that seem to be sort of amphibious. So, who knows, during this operation, if I'm in the right place at the right time, who knows, I might just catch some images of the army literally going out of the boats onto the land, which would be slightly controversial, and who knows. Keep your fingers crossed that I'm in the right place at the right time. Of course, lots of helicopters around London as well. Pairs of helicopters going to and fro from here, there, and there. Saw one the other day sort of landing near St James's Park, where we have the Royal Barracks. Of course, their main duty out there, as they've said, is that they are trying to get noticed. So it seems they've been hanging around some of London's greatest monuments, so people can go, "Whoa, what's that noise? That's big. What on earth is that? Looks like a helicopter. It's green. Green helicopter. Ooh, my brain doesn't do maths." You know, they really want to sort of make it very basic for people to say, "I'm here. The army is in the sky. Ever been into the sky? No, you're just a mere human." Of course, there's been a few sort of army types leaving comments on some of my videos as well. I thank anyone who interacts with my videos and puts comments on them. But a word of warning, I will judge your psychology based on your history on your own YouTube channel. If you put some kind of thing that's saying, oh, this video's talking a load of rubbish. Oh, the person here is a conspiracy theorist, and the army would never shoot anyone because that's not what the army do. They don't shoot people. It's not like they're employed to shoot. I will then go on your YouTube channel, have a look at your history, and if you've been watching things like Lady Gaga, I will probably write that down in the little psychology book that I have under the label Dodgy and Dubious Psychology. Generally, if you've been watching stuff like Go Army Go, it kind of makes me want to take what you say with a pinch of salt. But take what I say with a pinch of salt, please. In fact, take it with salt, pepper, and mayonnaise. So I did take a little trip this week. I went to the British Museum. It's up in Russell Square. I went there because they have the Olympic medals, and I wanted to have a look at the Olympic medals. I learnt that they had an accurate and one of the first drawings of the design. They didn't. What they had was the design that they made the mould out of, and they had all the stamps. They had the gold, the bronze, and the silver medals. Of course, we all know about the Olympic symbolism with the 2012 turning into the word Zion. We've known that for a long time for people like Rick Clay on Red Ice Radio and all of that kind of stuff. We've known that for a very, very long time. In fact, it was even admitted by the Lord Mayor of the City of London that there was a Zionist theme to the Olympics. Of course, to look at the medal, it's got lots of lines coming off it from all of the different angles. It's not hard, doesn't take an amazing amount of imagination to realise that a lot of those lines form a triangle. What kind of triangle? Well, look, it's a triangle with lots of rays coming out of it, almost like rays of the sun. Have we seen this image before? Have we seen this image before? I think we have. Of course, also running through it, there is a river running through the medal. Little shape of a river, of course, which corresponds to a map. If you overlay this medal and this image upon a map, what happens? Well, it's quite interesting, really. First of all, I couldn't really see anything. It didn't really seem to make much sense, although the top point of it almost touches the Olympic Stadium. But it doesn't touch the Olympic Stadium. It doesn't come to the Olympic Stadium. It's sort of to the west. One of the top point is touching a place called the East Cross. The bottom left point comes to a place called New Cross. It also comes to a place called Queen's Road, and King's Grove. Now, the right-hand one is quite interesting. This is the thing that sort of took the research on slightly. The right-hand one comes exactly to a military base. Now, which military bases? Well, it just happens to be one of the military bases very, very close to where they are stationing some missiles. Looking back up at the top point, that is also where they are stationing some missiles. Now, on the back of the Olympic medals, there is an angel, a golden angel. This is the Greek goddess Nike. Now, Nike, the ancient Greek goddess, it's on the front of a Rolls Royce. It's on the front of Buckingham Palace. It's on the back of a medal. What does it matter? Well, Nike, although of course it's the big corporation that everybody hates, and rightly so, Nike, interestingly enough, if you do your research, you'll realise, is the name of an anti-aircraft missile system. I'm not kidding. So, are they stationing any missiles down in Peckham, in Queen's Road? No. So it might be a place to look at. One thing I did notice, the very top of the pyramid comes exactly to a little bridge over the canal. The little bridge goes to a place called Old Ford Lock. Now, I looked up Old Ford Lock on Google Street View, and it came up with this. It's a picture of the canal. It's a picture of Old Ford Lock. It's also a picture of a sign for a water bus. Now, the water bus sign has a little canal boat on it and a picture of the Olympic Stadium. So I thought, okay, let's look this up on the internet. I went onto the internet. I looked it up. And it is the line, it's a commuter line to the Olympic Stadium that's been opened up for the Olympic Games. It's called Water Chariots, so there's like a Greek theme. I look it up on the website. It's the 2012 Games Canal Boat Service. At the bottom of the page, it says, the only way you can get closer is if you're a competing athlete. So this is a little thing that allows a kind of a sneaky route in towards the Olympic Stadium that gets you closer than if you were a competing athlete. Doing a little bit more research about Old Ford Lock, it turns out that it is the setting of a film called Breaking and Entering. I'm not kidding about this. Starring Jude Law from like 2006. So do it yourself. Overlay the image, put the river onto where the river is. Have a look. See what you can find. Do some Googling. And let me know. Put a comment on. I'm going to carry on doing things like this, giving it a go. I'm also, I've just started a blog. I did send a message out to all of the subscribers, but if you haven't had a look, it's truthyoucanwakeupto.wordpress.com. I just sit on the tube each morning and splurge. So I'm going to start putting some of it up. Have a look. Of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm on 700. Let's go for 1,000, and let's see what we can do. So thank you very much for listening. I've been Samuel William, and this has been Truth You Can Wake Up To.